I'm Jen. This is Leanna.
I am White.
And we are collectively, as our offering in our work in the world, as sisters on the path of magic and remembering medicine, women, alchemy.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I know. It's been, I mean, a year and a bit now. More than that. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time.
Time.
Time's an illusion.
Time is an illusion, and yet, oh, do we feel it?
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to talk today about elemental polarity, elemental magic, and a little bit of astrology of like how things are shifting in the world towards but more in an elemental way. And you're like, what the heck does that mean? But we're going to tell you.
Well, we are going to tell you. That's what we're doing. Actually, that's why we're here. We were talking about it because we are moving from in the Chinese New Year, we're moving from a wood snake energy to a fire horse energy, which corresponds so beautifully with the outer planets that have been moving from water earth energy to fire and air energy. Even the ecliptic is moving into fire air as well. So this morning we were discussing, what does that feel like? Because the last few years have been a lot of purging and purifying and like uprooting and like rotting out old just old emotions and ideas and belief systems and just it's been hard.
It's been hard. And like I'd much rather burn something away than soak it off.
Oh God.
Tail. Just when I think about personally what it's felt like to be in that energy of earth and water and like that digging into the old emotional stuff and the memories that have come up and the shifts that have had to be made, it's been very like damp.
Yes.
And that soaking in an uncomfortable, wet, cold energy feels so very different energetically than burning something away and letting it go in the wind, which is what we get to move into.
Mm-hmm. And you think about the body, it's like when you have a fever, it's almost welcoming because you're like, something productive is happening. You're like, okay, there's something inside of me, but like there's this light that's burning it away. So it actually feels like you're making progress, where that stagnant energy just feels like long and drawn out. And it really truly has. Like I would say the last, if I'm not going to get too astrological because I don't want to, get everyone in a thinky brain too much, but the last 2 years of the Virgo Pisces ecliptic, it's a lot about purging. It's, Pisces is where the North Node is. That's the end of the zodiac. So we're really clearing out lifetimes collectively of, victimization and pain and martyrism and the suffering for others. And then the outer planets also at the same time transitioning. So they've been playing with the last degrees of, we have Taurus and we've had Capricorn and we've had Pisces because of Neptune. So playing with those last degrees, which is an energetic or very powerful degree of these signs, the in and the out of like almost touching your foot into something inspirational or change and yet having to come back. And we'll do that a little bit with the eclipses over the next year because they will dance a little bit. The eclipses will start to go into the fire and air, yet the North Node and South Node will stay in that earth and water until they fully ingress into the Leo and Aquarius energy, which will feel really quite good.
Yeah.
But it's going to feel more productive.
Yes.
I just think of a cough, like damp lungs, and it's like when you have that cough and nothing happens, it's just like you're just kind of suffering for no reason. Yeah. Yet when you can actually get it up, it's like, okay, I'm like cleansing something. That's what we're going to start to feel like finally.
Yeah. The difference of like you said, a fever versus something that's festering, coming up from deep and having to exit the skin. Like I've noticed that in people, even in myself, like the weird things that have come up even physically over the last 2 years have been different. Very like that damper energy, that
like an infection, like a festering sore,
right?
And I've seen that too.
Yeah, in lots of people. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
it's like much rather have something that's
nice. That's what I think of. Like,
oh no, like you said, like a fever, something that burns something away. Anyway, so that's kind of the physical. Like that's interesting everybody, of course, all these things like affect people in slightly different ways, but overall, there's been that earth, water, and yeah, I feel just all of the sloughing off of old skin that this wood snake has brought us to. Just fire horse just sounds so much freer.
I know. I can see it galloping.
Movement.
Yes.
Like, yes. See it coming out of the snake's mouth and like taking off over the field.
Right.
I'd be so here for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I will say, and I feel I'm curious what you think, that there has been a lot of activation for healing because of this uncomfortableness we've had to sit in. We've been sitting in it for so long. There was nothing you could do aside from actually looking at your shit. And everybody's had to do it. And we've had to do it on a political and global scale, which, you know, we can obviously notice if we're paying attention, yet you don't have to really fixate on because it's still all happening in your heart too, which is what everyone is actually supposed to be doing, is paying attention to what's going on here so that you can offer to the outer world. But it's like we had no choice but to sit and be uncomfortable, and you couldn't help but unpeel the painful layers so that you're actually activated to want to do something bigger in this life. And it's not in a like, everybody has to be a healer, everybody has to be powerful. We're all powerful in our own way, but it's taking those little steps so we're living more in authenticity.
Yeah, and that's the healing to the collective.
100%.
Absolutely. We're all healers in the sense that we all have agency over healing ourselves.
Totally.
And that's our main job.
Mm-hmm.
Is remembering who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing how much of the stuff and the programming is overlaying who we actually are. So like, yes, soaking the pan in the water to get the layers off. Like, I'm sure all of us can relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, I just want it to be over, but it's happening.
Yeah,
It's
you're
all
scrubbing
happening.
and scrubbing and scrubbing. And that's what I felt like.
And like elementally with polarities of energies too, like earth and water are like feminine and receptive and like have that like more slowness to them, where fire and water would be considered the like more masculine polarity elements that are faster and more active, right? They can travel, they can you know, it's different. I mean, obviously water travels, but it's traveling in a container.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's understanding that it's not that you're like pushing one aside for the other. You're taking all of the, you know, when you look at a memory, let's say, and maybe it's a painful memory, and you have a realization, because we had to have realizations because we had nothing to do but sit in these fucking memories.
Yeah.
Speaking personally, and for everybody else, that you go, well, I actually don't want to feel like that anymore. So the feeling is the water and the earth, right? It's like that's the feminine side of it. So it's like I'm feeling it. It's like stuck. It's in me. Like I'm remembering it on a physical way and in my emotional heart. And then intellectually, which is the air, right? And the fire part of us that goes, I don't want to feel like that anymore. Like I want to do this for myself. That's taking action from that place of receiving the information, right? And that's where we all are like dancing in between now. And I can feel this shifting. That's why I'm excited about midwinter, because it's like it amplifies that energy. It's like I can feel the shifting, and I'm ready to do more for myself in an active way, as opposed to, you know, receiving the information that was painful is important, but it's like, okay, I'm ready to take the steps into bringing that out into something creative.
Yeah.
Because that's how things are created. It's like the most painful time periods of the world have created beautiful art and cinematography and like poetry and songs, right?
Yeah. And the most painful periods of our lives have given us the wisdom and cracked
Right.
open our hearts and helped us find more compassion and forgiveness and, you know, gratitude for the gifts that life has. You know? And that's why I like to think of those things as like initiations. When you can alchemize something into realizing it initiated you into something, that's a choice, obviously. We can choose to stay victims, or we can choose to use what has been given to us for our good. And that's ultimately what I believe our souls are here to do, is to like call our power back and remember that we're not victims of life, but that life's happening for us. which feels, yes, there's an intellectual capacity there. And then we also can't bypass the having to go into those depths and into the emotions and actually feeling the thing. Which is why we've been stuck in the water and the fire for a while, because it became unavoidable, right?
Yeah.
We can't spiritually bypass and just like get out of the uncomfortable,
Yeah.
right?
You can't just throw the pot. I mean, in real life, we can throw the pot out and buy a new pot, but energetically, you can't.
No, we take care of these things. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you
Because
say?
we're not,
It's right. Yeah, totally.
you know, the sacred cast iron.
It's right. Yeah. It's important. You could pass it down.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm just like thinking of all these things.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Metaphor.
Yeah, totally.
With it. Yeah.
So, you know, for your energy practice and the work that you do, how would you encourage someone to shift, you know, some of that stagnant in the body, right? To bring in that fire in the air energy?
Oh yeah, okay. I have some favorites, and I've been using this in almost every yoga class. Is like starting with a bit of shaking. So important. Just that literally gets the lymph flowing. And you see now all the rage of vibration plates, but it's like you can do it yourself anytime. Maybe not to that very strong degree, but just getting a bit of shaking, and that helps to move. And then this, when you're standing and you're swaying from side to side, and you bring one hand to the front of the shoulder and the other to the lower rib kidney point, it stimulates the lung and the kidney meridians, so that you're breaking up any stagnancy of old grief in the heart that hasn't been expressed, or old fear that's stored in the kidneys. And that's like the side to side. It's so good. You can go into a trance and do it for a while, and you're just like getting the stuff moving in the stagnancy. And then we bring that into a little more shaking and jumping, and it's so good for clearing things out. And doing breath of joy is awesome too.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
I love that.
which is a inhale, exhale. You like throw the arms down, and then it's a 3-part inhalation. 1, bring the arms forward. 2, bring the arms out. 3, bring the arms up, and then you're like clearing out the old and magnetizing the new. And that's like really bringing that fire in after you've kind of cleaned the waters and make sure that the rivers are flowing.
I love that.
Those are my favorites. Yeah. How about you?
Okay, well, I was just, as you're talking about, like, thinking of like a fun witchy practice to help kind of bring out the, you know, the stories, right? Because we've been sitting with them, so now it's time to bring them out of our mouth. Since the Gemini, right? Even the Leo, because Leos are good at expressing. And I saw this, I forgot of this like practice, but I have been seeing it recently, of course, because your mind always, I was going to say God speaks through Instagram. So take out that however you want. You're good. I always hear it speaks through Instagram. But speaking to the trees, when something's hurt you, right? Because of the root system, they communicate with each other and they hold you. So I would encourage everybody, and I actually did this the other day, so that's why it's on the top of my mind, to go out and just be like, I'm really fucking angry about this thing that happened to me. So instead of like the sad, kind of like weepy, like I'm a victim of this thing, and it's like, and we all do this, it's actually getting it into the heart where it's like more of that like righteous kind of rage or that like passionate hurt, which is so much more productive, right? Like that's the fire.
Yeah.
That's the warrior. That's the Neptune moving into Aries. Neptune in Pisces is like, I'm so sad and this was such a painful thing and I'm, you know, everybody hurts me and I'm going to write a poem about it. It's like into Aries, it's like, oh no, like my heart's lit from this like grief and just being like, I'm grieving this passionately or I'm so, you know, I'm angry or I'm hurt from this, you know, in a very powerful way, holding onto the tree, right?
Oh.
And I'm ready to release it back. Right? Make space. I'm ready to make space. Like pull down what is here for me and release this back to the earth, which if there's anything in my mind that just speaks to that energy and it actually feels really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it feels good.
I love
It's joyful too. It's kind of like, it's very, I like get this like impish kind of like fairy energy from it because it's like telling mom.
Yeah, tell us.
It's like, oh, know what? No one's going to protect. Who's going to protect me?
Always feel better after you say it. After you
oh yes, that's a
pick up
ritual.
my child, right? It's like Sometimes not until we've already been like snuggled in bed and read a story, and it's like actually time for bed, time for go to sleep. But that's when there's the level of safety to actually say something that was bothering her for days. You know, I was thinking about that happened with friends or something that she was holding. There is that like, as soon as you actually get comfortable enough to say it, you always feel better.
Well, think about how, again, it's the festering, right?
Yeah.
And then when you put words to it, and it's funny because we can get into where we over intellectualize our emotions, but this is actually the opposite. This is where we've let something become like a stone in us, right? It's like just like light it, like let it come out, like give it to the air, like let it come through the heart, not like, you know, the damp, sad kind of like hurt heart, but that like fiery, like I want better for me.
Yeah.
You know, I want to feel free. I want to feel love. Like I want to feel joy. Like you kind of, and now we'll like to round it. It's like you can picture that horse like running through the field, right? And the sun, and it's like that's freedom.
That's freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love the tree thing. Oh, it's cool because like just yesterday I had a like hypnosis session with someone, and the trees, like she got brought to this place where there had been a wounded tree. So it goes both ways. It's like us offering our energy to the trees helps them feel connected and healed and witnessed and validated too. It just became this really healing thing. So it's like when we are offering that, it's not like you're offering a piece of garbage because it's something you're letting go of. It's not like energetically withering. You're actually offering energy that can be alchemized and used for something good. Because energy is just energy and it's not good or bad. So the more we're connecting with that elemental energy that's around us, like we're creating a greater sense of reciprocity and connection, and that is powerful.
Agreed.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, this is great. Oh, yeah, that's good. And then, of course, the simplest thing that, you know, probably everybody has done would be writing it down and burning it. Wow. And offering, you know, the ashes to the wind. That's like the ultimate, right? Yes, you know, writing down with on paper, on, you know, cry on the paper if you need to, offer the water, and then yeah, to burn it is like the perfect transmutation.
And that you can do no matter where you are. If you're in an apartment building, you can light it and I'm going to say flush dust with it. Just a tiny piece of paper that's been fully burned.
Paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't, yeah, obviously with safety in mind, but
Yes.
you can still do those things. Yeah. Even if you don't have access to like a fireplace.
Nothing in the sink, and you stay on feel sake. It's all fine. Right? Yes, little bits of fire are good.
I agree.
But it's very transmuting.
Yeah. And if you want, you can speak it into the paper and then burn it if you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like I've seen, it's a very practice to take a little twig or something out of fire, just blow in what you're using your breath and the water in your breath to like put what you wanting to let go of into this ritual offering and then burning it in the fire. Any way that you're working with that energy of letting it go to the fire is great. Feels very different.
I
It's
agree.
very final and very purifying.
It certainly does. And we've done it.
Yeah. And then you get to think about, okay, you write all the shit down. You don't need to keep it.
No.
The whole point of writing it down is to let it flow and get it out. So, I mean, personally, I don't want to go back through and read all my pain in my journals. I want to remind myself of good things, and if I need to let something go in journaling, I get to go through it and be like, this thing, letting go of, burn that stuff.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Wow. That's been some really like useful information.
Yeah.
I knew it would be, but I'm like, that was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got basically, February 17th is that shift into the Lunar New Year, the official shift of Fire Horse from Earth Snake. And then there's this like Neptune Saturn thing that comes pretty soon.
That we'll get close to that too. And I don't have the exact dates, but I love that. So that energy, I feel it's dancing close. All of this is dancing close to the first Aquarius eclipse that we're going to have in February. So we're going to get a little, and maybe we'll put in the comments those dates so that you have them. So we're going to start to feel that shifting all around the same time. And then Saturn, you know, that like karmic cop, but also timekeeper, right? He's the great teacher, Dumbledore, and yeah, Sky Daddy. He's moving into Aries as well, so he's leaving that. So he has been really, and that's where I feel the trips down memory lane have been really activated by him because he's asking us to rededicate and release, to stand up for ourselves. So having the two of those big gods together, Neptune and Saturn in Aries, is that doesn't happen. Well, for instance, with the longevity of Neptune, it's 100 some odd years before he returns to the same place in the sky. And for Saturn to meet him in Aries, that would be quite a long time ago that's happened. Yeah. Right. So we're revisiting a lot collectively, and we're feeling it.
Yeah.
But it will feel like an opportunity to dedicate back to your secret selfishness, which is very much that Aries piece. Yeah. Right on. Bring it on back.
I would agree. Is like the beginning of a whole brand new cycle. That's right. It's very amazing.
Yeah.
We're living in exciting times.
That's right. Yeah. So if you love what we do, because we're really excited about all the things that we're talking about, and if you like it, it'd be lovely for you to follow us so that we can keep doing this stuff together and offering back to you.
Yeah, exactly. And as we grow that, we'll be able to do some live things.
That's right.
It's going to be really fun. So thanks for joining us at the coffee table.
That's right. Yeah, so much gratitude.